Hello and welcome to We the People. This past week, the Maharashtra government officially banned beef in its state. The president gave his assent to the bill, which had actually been in limbo for several decades. Now, Haryana is likely to be next, where the BJP manifesto during the election campaign actually equated cow slaughter with homicide. Will the punishment actually be that tough when the bill comes to the assembly to be converted into a law? On We the People today, we ask whether this beef ban, which of course now includes buffalo meat as well in states like Maharashtra, is a rightful move, keeping in mind the religious sentiments of, some would say, a majority section of the country, or is it mixing religion with politics? Is it an infringement of individual liberty? And what about the economic livelihood of those who depend on the cattle industry? It's a sensitive subject. It wasn't even allowed to be debated in Parliament because Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi got up and said it's that sensitive. But we are here to debate it today, and Sudhanshu Trivedi, please explain why this is the most pressing issue before the country today. To move so quickly to ban beef, which now of course includes not just cow meat but buffalo meat as well in Maharashtra, is this really the most important thing?
There are three aspects of this problem.
Yes.
One is the logical sensitivity. Second is the religious sensitivity. And third is the political opportunity. Anybody of you who have studied during the school days, which is considered the most comprehensive food? It is milk. If you go by the logic, the buffalo milk and the cow milk, the milk of desi cow, which is having all nutrients are more in buffalo milk, but except the cholesterol, that is 0.65 milligram per gram in buffalo milk, but 3.14 milligrams per gram in cow milk, and that is the HDL.
What does that prove? Because animal rights activists would make the point that the dairy industry is actually quite cruel to cows. So if the cow is so holy, then maybe we should all give up dairy as well.
And you have also made a very valid sentence. Holy cow is a word used even in English. Why it is holy word associated with cow only? The 83.3% of the production of milk comes from cow, 13% from buffalo. In the entire world, I am saying 96%.
But the buffalo is not a holy animal.
And second thing.
Why do you have to include buffalo meat
Second
in this?
thing.
The buffalo is not holy as far as I know. The buffalo
That's
is not
why we are saying, look at the cow dung. It is one of the rare organic material which never creates germs.
But Sudhanshu ji,
कभी देसी गाय के गोबर में कीड़े पड़ते नहीं देखे होंगे आपने.
क्या है कि ये ban justified
It means no. That when there are so many scientific things coming in up to the development in the last 50-60 years, so it is a progressive effort rather than regressive as is being projected by the
Khushbu, as a not just a Congress person today on this panel, but as somebody who comes from a very mixed background, so therefore you don't have a homogeneous approach to culture and sensitivity.
Born in Maharashtra, born to Muslim parents, married to a Hindu. I have not converted. I still follow my religion. I don't eat beef, my children do.
And you now live in Tamil Nadu, where, by the way, there is a certain qualified permission for cow slaughter. You have to get a fit for slaughter certificate after the animal is of a certain age.
Yes, and this morning there was a headlines where 2,000 cows were ready to be, what do you call, bali chadhane ke liye 2,000 गाय को तैयार किया गया है. So you talk about cow slaughter, and then in the name of religion, आप उनको बलि चढ़ा दो, सब चलता है. So I do not understand this logic. This is something which people have been debating for a very long time. And I just look at it saying that it's more of a religious tactics. I'm not speaking on behalf of my party. I feel that it's very, very religious aspect which has been attached to it.
So do you agree with it? Do you agree with...
Definitely not. I think it's absolute stupidity to say that you need to ban the cow and the buffalo. I mean, there are so many people whose livelihood is attached to this. So what about them? The government says that we will compensate, but whatever they do, it's definitely not going to compensate at what they have been doing.
But you know, it's an important qualification that you're not taking your party position, because the Congress has not taken a clear stand on this. It's actually welcomed Devendra Fadnavis's move in Maharashtra. The ban on imported beef, brought in 2011, because before that you could eat imported beef in restaurants, was, as far as I know, on the Congress watch. So Khushbu, here the Congress not taking a very clear position. Sudhanshu ji, very quickly, then Rakesh Sinha.
Politically, the first leader in the 20th century who taken a stand in favor of cow slaughter was Mahatma Gandhi.
But Nehru was against it, and Jawaharlal Nehru said,
Let
"I
me
will
complete the
resign
sentence.
rather than accept this
In
nonsense."
1952, the resolution which was signed by all religions given to Dr. Rajendra Prasad.
Ji.
Then the first resolution in Parliament in favor of banning cow slaughter was moved in 1967 in Congress government.
Yes. Pushpa
Today,
speaking
for
in
the
a
purpose
personal
of the vote
capacity.
bank
She's
politics.
speaking in a
I'm
personal
speaking
capacity.
in complete personal capacity.
Okay, but Professor Rakesh Sinha, the fact of the matter is that even at the stage at which beef eating was considered to be somehow sinful or unholy, people like B.R. Ambedkar have argued that there was a point in history when Brahmins did consume meat. Manusmriti is quoted, the Vedas are quoted that in Vedic times this used to happen. So my first question is, how can we really fall back on historical or cultural accuracy to make this argument as some are making?
Question is not a theological debate on beef eating.
Yes.
We are in the age where we should be animal friendly.
But then we should be all be vegetarians.
We should be animal
We
friendly.
should all be vegetarians.
And
We should be friendly with all the animals.
All animals.
I'm just coming to that.
When goat is saying that, look, why actually
Vivek,
slaughtered me?
let
The
me-
goat is
told us.
saying,
The goat is saying like that.
why
And
slaughter
yeah.
me? Okay.
Why you slaughter me?
Let me complete
Okay.
my argument. The contribution of beef
Yes.
in the entire meat export or meat eating is 1.3% only. So there is no question of that. Question of livelihood by exporting the beef and the entire
No, how
cow.
is it not a question
by
of
killing,
livelihood, sir?
by killing the
1.3%, that's also livelihood, sir.
No, I'm coming. By killing a cow and exporting the beef and the blood and the bones of the cow, you earn 7,000. But by keeping a cow and using it in a proper manner, you earn in lakhs.
Secondly,
I'm
you
coming.
said this is not a
Where are the
theological...
places to take the
No,
cows?
and-
Where is
and-
the
and-
land?
Sawal to
so
पूछने दे.
this is scientifically proved that to maintain a beef cow, you need
Professor
28 times more agricultural
Professor
land
Sinha, I
and
have one
11
question.
times more
I have one question.
irrigation water.
Professor Sinha.
Even if these scientific logic and the socially friendly logic should not be have been there, because cow is a symbol of Indian culture. Cow is a part of Indian culture. We worship cow as a Bharat Mata. Someone may say that cow Mata, Gau Mata.
Okay,
And we cannot ignore cow, we cannot
Dr.
kill
Vivek,
cow.
okay, let's start with Yahya Bukhari sir.
I personally do eat beef. लेकिन मेरे घर में beef नहीं बनता है. My cook is sitting right behind you. His name is Ram Gopal.
कहाँ हैं आप भाई? राम गोपाल जी यहाँ हैं. आप हैं राम गोपाल?
He's working for me for last 13 years. मेरे घर में कभी भी beef नहीं बनता है because I respect the sentiments of the Hindu religion. जब भी मुझे खाना होता है, we get it from outside. But as far as the banning is concerned, see, I am totally against it. There's no any one particular
You're making a
reason.
contradictory argument. आपने कहा कि आप अपने यहाँ राम भाई जो बैठे हैं उनसे नहीं पकवाएंगे, घर में नहीं खाएंगे.
घर में बनता ही नहीं है.
घर में बनता ही
घर
नहीं
में
है.
बनता
But
ही
you
नहीं
could go
because I
out
have
and-
Hindu staff with me.
Okay.
तो यहाँ मैं ये कहना चाह रहा हूँ
जी.
कि I respect the sentiments of the Hindu religion.
Then why are you against the ban?
Now, अब मैं आपको उसका रीजन बताता हूं. आप बैन लगाते हैं किसी भी चीज के ऊपर, लेकिन आर यू श्योर कि जो बैन आप जो लगा रहे हैं इस पे कितना इंप्लीमेंट होगा? फॉर एग्जाम्पल, लेट्स टॉक अबाउट उत्तर प्रदेश. उत्तर प्रदेश में मायावती के जमाने में काउ स्लॉटरिंग पे बिल्कुल बैन लग गया था, लेकिन उसके बाद पुलिस ऑफिसर्स ने बुचर्स को बुलाकर उनके ऊपर जोर जबरदस्ती करी, उनको मारा और उनको कहा कि हमें पैसे चाहिए, आप काउ की स्लॉटरिंग करो. इस चीज को आप कैसे रोकेंगे?
That is different thing. That
That
is
is not a philosophical disagreement.
Corruption in that field
Misuse
cannot
of
be
any
linked to
Okay, one minute.
the cultural sentiment.
Please,
Yahya Bukhari sahab, Rakesh Sinha.
You are giving a contradictory
One
statement.
minute.
You are respecting the culture.
Ek
At the
minute.
same time, you want that.
These are two separate arguments. Bukhari sahab, I have to interject here. These are two separate arguments that whether the practicality of a ban or whether it becomes an excuse for harassment is, we will debate that. लेकिन इसमें जो सवाल उठता है कि philosophically do we support this ban? पहले तो हम उस पे आ जाए. मैं आपसे पूछना चाहती हूँ, आप ये बुखारी साहब के घर में खाना पकाते हैं, आपको क्या लगता है कि ये कि जो काउ मीट पे और बफलो मीट पर एक बैन महाराष्ट्र में आया है, हरियाणा में आने जा रहा है, आप क्या इसको सपोर्ट करते हैं? बीफ के बारे में लेके आपके क्या?
जी बीफ हमारे यहाँ तो खैर अब ने यूज़ किया नहीं है अभी तक.
और अगर आपसे कोई कहे कि आप पकाएं तो आप
नहीं पकाएंगे,
क्योंकि इसमें रिलीजियस भाव.
जी बिल्कुल हिंदू भावना है.
How many people here eat beef? How many eat beef? And I want to just hear from you what you think about this ban before we go back to this panel.
I come from a farm. I come from a land-owning family. We have cows. We have our own farm stand. But the thing remains, it is sheerly illogical to keep paying for a cow that is not being useful to you. It's too old to work. It's too old to give milk. That is one thing. He respects the sentiments to individual level. He's not stopping others from eating. It's that he has the right to eat, and he's also respecting the rights of someone else to not cook.
So you're saying it should be a live and let live attitude.
In the decade of 70s, this was a phrase कि दुनिया चांद पे पहुंच गई, तुम गाय के गोबर पे पड़े हो. Go for mechanized farming and chemical fertilizer. Today, the entire focus is on organic farming. The biggest source of organic fertilizer is a cow dung, and the cow
But what does
urine
that
is the
prove
biggest
about
source.
eating
That's why
beef?
I'm saying, even if the cow has stopped giving milk, there are certain level of utilities. And the other thing, by this logic, you have to kill all your parents. They have gone old, so there is no. If you are having respect, then your sentiment is there and the logic is there. Both the things.
Now, I love animals, but we don't have to equate our parents and cows.
On Mr. Yahya Bukhari, the descendants of Jama Masjid Imam comes from the time of Shah Jahan. You go with a historical document from Akbar to Shah Jahan. The cow slaughter was permitted only conditionally in India, not
I
totally.
agree with you. The
It
British-
was during the
the
time
British.
of Aurangzeb that it was
And the
totally
British,
brought
and
in.
the British
So
solidified
we
that.
want to
Please
be in the
describe it.
time of Akbar thinking and Shah Jahan thinking, or in the
और
Aurangzeb
पहले डॉक्टर
thinking.
Can you
विवेक
please
कुमार
describe the conditions, please?
चलिए
Then
आप
only
बाकियों
this
को
is
बोलने
possible.
दीजिए
Bukhari sahab,
Aurangzeb
cow
had
was the region
all
for
true.
cow
Whatever
was
you
the
want,
region
whatever you
cow
want.
was the region for the first war of independence. It was the religious sentiment which led India to enter
the
into the
mutiny,
first war of
the
independence.
mutiny,
ठीक
but
है,
it was
देखिए मैं ये मानता
beef
हूँ,
and pork.
मैं ये
No,
मानता हूँ
one-
कि किसी भी चीज के
Who
ऊपर
knows
बैन
the
लगाने
world?
से
one at a
The
time,
question
please.
the lady raised, just
Yes,
Supreme
I
Court,
want to get the others now, please.
Supreme Court in its decision in 2005 said it would be ingratitude to a cattle to send it to a slaughterhouse in the later stage of his life.
But sir-
it is ingratitude.
Sir,
Will we send our
okay.
parents because they are older? So
Okay,
in the
let
old
me
age
get
home?
Dr. No, now I keep saying that parents and cows are not the same thing.
No, this is.
Sir, थोड़ा proportion.
नहीं,
On the
थोड़ा
other hand,
proportion. हमारे बेचारे माँ बाप वो थोड़ा proportion.
When we say cow, the logic is applying that because the cow is not useful, so it should be slaughtered.
No.
This is
What is the logic of
Sudhanshu
having
ji, now
dog as pet?
we must let other
There
people
is no
speak.
utility.
क्या-
But
क्या-
still the dog is pet is very good. And when the cow has outlived utility, finish it.
It's not. One minute. Dr. Vivek Kumar, 1 minute. Mahatma Gandhi did speak up very strongly against cow slaughter. It's true. Gandhiji also said that preserving the cow was at the centerpiece of a Hinduism he believed in. So let us also not oversimplify this debate and say that there are no sentiments. There are many secular Hindus who will not eat beef. क्योंकि उनकी अपनी जो सोच है वो नहीं permit करती. Should we be so quick to mock their sentiments?
First of all, Barkha, I will not accept this monolithic whole of Hinduism.
Ji.
As a sociologist and as a person who has an identity, and I come from a particular identity,
Yes.
I don't believe that India is monolithic 82% Hindu.
Yes.
There are actually people who were left outside the temple. Are they Hindu? You consider them as Hindu? You did not allow them to eat with you, meet with you,
Dalit
marry
perspective.
with you,
Yes.
or you did not even allow you to enter them in your temples.
Yes.
You treat them as Hindus, and you are telling us today that look, your sentiments are getting hurt. Your sentiments did not bleed for them. Your sentiments bleed for the cow. That means cow, which is an animal, is more important for you than the people, than the human beings.
What about the sentiments of a large number of people?
That's
I
why
agree with you that
I have to have
that
a
Hinduism.
census for that. I should have a census for that.
A
Let
census.
us decide for once for all that how many people's sentiments get hurt every time and how fragile that sentiment is. My sentiments also get hurt.
Okay.
Every time whenever you say that, look, these are these people.
Let me bring in a completely different perspective and I'll come back to all of you. We have a social scientist here and we have two chefs here. And I want to start with you, Manish. The fact is there was a time in India that you could actually import beef. And when I say beef, I mean cow meat. When Khushbu, it was stopped, I think, when the Congress government was at the center, 2011. How do you, as a creative person, see this entire controversy?
I don't support it at all. And the thing is, if cow is holy, then all the animals are the chef. For me, cow or chicken is same. And if smoking can be allowed, which you know that it kills people, you put a ban on a. So I'll be very happy to buy a packet of beef with a warning on top, it might hurt your religious sentiments.
Okay, let's bring in
Quite
Shivangi.
logical. In the context of health, you can say
You ban it in the context of health. You can promote it that
let
eating
me-
red
you
meat
are not-
is
who
not
said-
good
who
for
even a
health.
simple
Who said it
movie,
is healthy?
in a
Who
movie
said-
depicts a religion in a wrong way, any religion, and just say it's just a warning, it hurts your thing. It isn't allowed.
No, it's different.
It's illogical.
अच्छा उन्हें बोलने तो दे. Sudhanshu ji.
I'm talking from the chef's point of view.
Rakesh ji,
I'm talking
Rakesh
from the
ji.
chef's
Let's
point
not
of
shout
view.
him down. उनको बोलने तो दे. उनको
You
बोलने तो
don't
दे.
represent the millions of Indians. It is your point of view. You can hurt the
That's
sentiment
what-
of Hindus.
Okay, let me put this to the audience.
Because that
Push you,
It should be
Rakesh.
my choice what I want
No,
to
you-
eat.
your
what I want.
choice, your choice.
Rakesh, एक minute. We had Ram Bhai who cooks for Bukhari Saab, who said, मैं नहीं पकाऊंगा, मैं नहीं खाऊंगा. Are there people here who do not eat beef, who do not, and that's a sizable number as well? Is it because of religious reasons, health reasons? What is it?
It's a bias that we have agreed, but I'm fine with others eating beef.
आप खुद नहीं खाएंगे लेकिन बाकी किसी को खाना है.
It's food is a personal choice.
Anyone else who does not eat?
So basically, I come from a Brahmin family. Like my parents have told me not to eat beef, like when I was like growing, right? And I am okay with it, right? But again, they've also taught us to like not probably like किसी को और को मतलब like you shouldn't be telling anybody else what they have to do. And according to me, any ban is stupid. Like in Gujarat, where Modi Saab has been from 10 years, liquor is banned and everybody knows what happens there, right? Like I've been to Gujarat and had a very good time there. Like,
I want Rakesh Sinha to respond to this now, and then I'll come to you, Shivanjali. Rakesh ji, आपने देखा यहाँ majority of people said हम नहीं खाते. जो मैंने अभी आवाजें सुनी है वो ये भी कह रहे हैं कि हम नहीं खाते, बाकियों को खाने चाहिए. I'll give you an example of countries that are theologically Muslim. There are countries like Malaysia, there is UAE. वहाँ पर you can get pork in separate sections even though Islam doesn't permit it. Should we not move towards freedom of choice?
Look, in India, there is no food fascism. That I agree.
There is no food
No
fascism.
food fascism.
Yes. Okay.
But at the same time,
Yes.
when millions of people have not only the sentiment, they worship cow as their mother. We call cow Gau Mata.
Those only who have.
Vivek ji, let me
This is very elitist argument.
Let me ask
How
you-
many people
let me ask
have
you- why you
फर्क
get
क्यों आता है? What
when
is
I
happening?
say Gau Mata?
Arjun Sen Gupta report said that 78% of
Vivek
India
ji.
lives at any
Arey,
rate.
forget about the UAE.
20 rupees
I
a
would
day.
argue-
One statement.
अच्छा
You
बस
give
अब मेरे को यहाँ
78%
बीच
of
में
India-
बीच में खड़ा होना पड़ेगा. बीच में
78%
खड़ा.
of India lives at 20 rupees a day. How many people own cow?
Let me
What are you
complete.
saying?
Let me
actually?
complete.
That it is sentiment.
I think
78% of India.
Choice. Let me tell you. I said
You are
before.
only
I
they-
don't
they-
want to
they-
I
they
will
are-
have to now start shouting louder than all of you because you're not letting other people speak. Rakesh ji, please complete your point because Zareen and Shivanjali have not even spoken yet. Please.
There are only two regions.
Huh.
I belong to a community, village community, and I know that people survive on the basis of cow.
Yes,
Now
so
there
choice, freedom of choice. You said there's no food fascism.
United Nations report says that beef is dangerous. Creating beef
Yes.
also produces the CFC.
Yes.
CFC,
Carbon emissions,
that
I
is
agree.
dangerous.
There's a huge contribution to carbon emissions, I agree.
Besides,
Reports have shown.
besides scientific and social factors, I say this is the country where millions of people worship cow as Gau Mata. We will not allow to be the cows to
Okay,
be
Zareen,
slaughtered.
now 1 minute. Shivanjali, can I get you to add to Manish's perspective and then I'll get Zareen's.
As a chef's point of view, I would feel that you're just killing the creativity of a chef. थोड़े दिनों में आप कहना शुरू कर देंगे कि दूध मत यूज़ करो, गार्लिक मत यूज़ करो, अनियन मत यूज़ करो क्योंकि उससे भी कोई हमारा religious sentiment है. But we as an Indian, we are a secular country and then we are not look just because बहुत ज़्यादा हिंदू हैं तो हम सिर्फ ये देख रहे हैं कि गाय हमारी माता है पर हम ये नहीं देख रहे कि हमारे कंट्री में मुस्लिम्स भी हैं, क्रिश्चियंस भी हैं. Then we should, as a Muslim, you cannot eat
but
or
if I
touch
can ask
pork.
both of you before I come to Zareen, those who do eat beef in your restaurants, and now when I say beef, I obviously now mean buffalo meat because there is no other beef. Am I right? Or in some states you can have cow meat, right?
You can.
Right.
In some states, as far as I know, there is qualified permission. Kerala, for example, certainly permits it. Is there a religious specificity to who eats beef? Do you find more non-Hindus eating beef or?
There are a lot of non-Hindus which they eat beef. Few people have got quality issue of beef. That is why they don't eat beef in India because they have a quality issue that you don't get very good quality.
beef.
That is why people go for Wagyu or Angus and all these and pay really high money to eat.
And does that
kind of
include both Hindus and non-Hindus?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Shivangi?
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, here we are coming
Barkha,
back.
there was a survey by Hindu just now. They are saying that large number of people are eating.
I'm talking about my restaurant.
No,
I'm
your
talking about our
restaurant is
restaurant,
not is India.
No.
There is a survey by
No,
Hindu.
why is it not Indian?
No.
It's called Indian accent.
No. Your restaurant
His restaurant is called
No,
Indian accent. आपने उनको foreigner बना दिया.
It is not India. It is a part of. It is a small restaurant.
Achha, haan,
I'm
that
just
way.
telling
Okay,
you there is a survey by the Hindu. Only 4% in urban area people eat beef. That includes larger number of non-Hindus. That is the survey of the Hindu.
Now, what I want to ask Shivanjali is that this is actually not the first time, and to there the BJP has a point that the Congress has escaped Khushbu with a lot of political ambivalence on this. Now, my question to you is, what is this for you? A religious debate, a freedom of liberty debate? Because cow meat has actually been banned in many states for a really long time.
What I really feel is ban has become like a buzzword and the government has so many other pressing issues that they should be taking care of. This is the least of their worries right now.
Zareen, you've actually been researching within the butcher community of Maharashtra, the Qureshis, where the livelihood is directly linked to the cattle industry. What have you found in terms of the responses to this ban? How much will really change for their lives?
Well, Barkha, a lot will change to their, but before I get into that debate, I'd like to respond to the larger debate that's happening here already. One, I'd like to point out that as Sudhanshuji mentioned, Gandhi never spoke for a ban on beef or a ban on cow slaughter. He encouraged Muslims to step behind and give it up to, so that it doesn't hurt the religious sentiments of their Hindu neighbors or their Hindu
So he
friends.
thought the solution was not legislative
Yeah.
but social.
No.
Gandhi said
He never categorically
slaughtering cow
pitched
is
for
slaughtering your fellow man.
Categorically. Not
It is
pitched for banning.
he said it is wonderful innovation
Can
in
you
the
let
human
me
history.
complete? Can
in
you-
human
or like-
history
or like
to protect
Arvind-
the cow. No,
Excuse
you
me.
are representing in a bad way.
I think
Gandhi.
what she's saying-
Gandhi was for it was in the directive.
Rakesh ji, I think what she's saying, जो मुझे जहाँ तक मुझे समझ आ रही है, I also read that Gandhi ji said that the solution may not be legislative, it may be to spread knowledge
It
and
was
awareness.
moral.
It was more a moral impetus.
Barkha, then why it is in the directive principle of the state
Exactly.
policy?
Yeah, that's an important point.
That is, it was the Gandhian, it was the Gandhian
Vivek ji, but
idea
Zareen
which
must-
asserted in the
Zareen must be allowed to
Constitution
complete her point.
And you go the Constituent Assembly.
Acha, Zareen, that is an important point. Zareen.
Rakesh ji, if you let others speak, only then
No,
we
you are
will-
representing the wrong way, Gandhi.
I
This
am
is a
not
completely
presenting
wrong
the
way.
wrong way.
I
Let's-
challenge you, Gandhi.
let's-
Gandhi
let's
opposed the
both-
cow slaughter at all
Acha,
the
let's
stages.
move
Okay,
on
let's
beyond
both-
what
let's
Gandhi
both
ji
get
said.
back to
Come on, the
Gandhi.
contemporary debate.
Okay, I'll get into this point from the legal constitutional way because you brought in directive principles of state policy. Right to occupation, right to do what you want to do is a fundamental right. Directive principles are not justiciable. So how can you override the fundamental rights of millions of people who are affected by the beef ban? Here we are not just talking about beef, bullock, cow. Now the other thing that's in the debate that we've gone totally wrong is we are only talking about cow, but here the ban is not just on cow, it's on everything that's related to bovine. How do we give options to these people who's in one signing of a pen?
And yet the Muslim Chambers of Commerce in Maharashtra have welcomed the ban. I must underline that they have not opposed, like Bukhari Saab sitting there, a number of Muslim groups have not opposed the ban, keeping what they think are religious sentiments in mind. Bukhari Saab, is that correct?
हम भी उस बैन का एहतराम करेंगे
जी।
शर्त यह है
जी
कि जिस तरह से हम हिंदू धर्म के सेंटिमेंट्स का एहतराम कर रहे हैं, बैन लगाने वाले हमारे धर्म के सेंटिमेंट्स का भी अगर एहतराम करेंगे तो मैं समझता हूं ये बैन लगाने की जरूरत नहीं है। मुस्लिम कम्युनिटी अपने आप मुल्क में निकलकर बाहर आएगी कि ये हमारे धर्म के सेंटिमेंट्स का एहतराम करते हैं, हम इनके रिलीजन के सेंटिमेंट्स का एहतराम करें।
उदाहरण के तौर पर
बुखारी साहब,
मुसलमानों के ऊपर कीचड़ उछाली जा रही है हुकूमतों की तरफ से, जैसे इस मुल्क में जीने वाला हर शख्स चाहे मुसलमान हो तो हिंदू हो। ये क्या बेतुके बयानात हैं। आज भी ऐसा स्टेटमेंट न्यूज़पेपर में आया है, मैंने पढ़ा है।
So you're saying we'll respect your sentiments, you respect us. Okay.
I haven't completed.
Okay, quickly, sir, I want to go to Khushbu now.
नंबर 2, आप जिस चीज के ऊपर भी बैन लगाते हैं, आप पिछली एग्जांपल्स देख लीजिए, when there was a ban इन हरियाणा, गुजरात शराब के ऊपर बैन लगी. जब बैन लगते हैं तब उन स्टेट्स में वो चीजें ज्यादा धड़ल्ले से दिखती हैं.
I just want to flag. Khushbu, are you upset with your party's ambiguity on this position?
No, I'm not upset with my party's ambiguity. I think this was brought in 2011.
Yes.
By the Congress. We did not implement it, we did not carry it forward because we thought that though the ban has come in, I think it's easy, let's go easy. People need not follow.
What is your problem with this ban?
No, the problem with this ban is I think we need to give freedom to the people to decide as to what they want to eat. Who are we to decide and say that you are not supposed to eat beef, you are supposed to eat only chicken, you are supposed to eat only so and so, and you are supposed to eat only ghas foods. Come on, yeah, we live in a democratic country. Give them the freedom to eat. I don't eat beef, my children eat beef. I don't have a problem with that. So what can be anybody as a mother, when I don't have a problem what my children eat?
Is there anyone here who thinks that cow meat should be banned? Is there anyone here? Please raise your hand. Please raise your hand if you think cow meat should be banned.
Barkha, anyways, cow meat is banned in most cases.
नहीं पर एक मिनट Zareen, then it's a contradictory argument. अगर आप कह रहे हैं कि हाँ ठीक है cow meat ban करना, तो that means you're accepting that some individual liberty has to be given up.
See,
keeping religious sentiments in mind.
In some form or the other, there is a ban on cow slaughter.
Except in the northeast states and in Kerala. We must underline that. Okay. Do you agree with the ban?
Yeah, I agree because it is for a greater good. See, when you are limiting the production, you are trying to curtail the resources.
But you're making an economic argument. At a social cultural level, do you agree with the ban?
At a social cultural, I personally agree.
You do. What do you say?
There is a very fine line of difference between tenets of religion and religious fundamentalism. Hinduism is the most convenient religion. Nothing that you do, nothing that you wear, no pilgrimage prescriptions are given. You don't cease to be a Hindu if you eat beef. The person representing BJP's views is making us a Hindu if we are not eating beef. That is wrong. Second, where are the quality of livestock in this country? Go outside, look at urban areas, look at rural areas. The way we treat our cattle is reprehensible, and then you're speaking about national Gau Mata. For me, an elephant is also holy.
Okay, now Sudhanshu,
just one point. You don't know. There are more than 10 lakhs Gausala in this country. People are serving cows, and it is not that you are slaughtering. And you
don't see cows on the roads.
But 1 minute.
As a hazard to the motorists.
But 1 minute.
Cows and buffaloes on the roads, yaar.
I have a question for Sudhanshu Trivedi and for Bukhari Sahab. I think एक interesting question निकलता है on how free people are to define their religious identities. And यहाँ पे Sudhanshu, this young man is saying, I don't cease to be a believing Hindu if I eat beef. Similarly, Bukhari Sahab, will you show the same latitude for Muslims who may want to eat pork? Because if it is about the right of individuals to define their own relationship with their religion, then कोई लोग कहेंगे Bukhari Sahab, we expect Hinduism to be more liberal than any other religion expects its people to be.
I want that everybody has entered in the 21st century, so we should try to be more logical, rational and scientific, keeping our previous experiences.
Yes.
Just 50, 60 years back, it was said, Ganga Jal को ये लोग पवित्र मानते हैं. Now it is said the oxygen content is more, तभी गंगा जल में कीड़े नहीं पड़ते. It was said, what about herbal medicines? Go from metacin, terramycin, crocin. Now you are saying go for herbal medicine because those heavy molecules give damage to you. That was in Ayurveda. 2 years back, the Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh government introduced yoga. They said this is saffronization and Hindu other. Now, entire world with 177
But then why not go vegan? Why not encourage vegetarianism?
No.
नहीं. आपकी बात ठीक है.
Let me complete the sentence.
सारे जानवरों को बचाए ना.
Let me complete the sentence. The great civilization of India, which is given 0 decimal trigonometry, all other things. Have confidence in the wisdom, have open to ideas, don't put any ban. And as far as with the changing technologies, livelihood is concerned, in the day of LCD and LED TV, can that picture tube workers say that the picture tube TV should continue? Go is called go. How many of you know the meaning of the word go?
Two words. One is in Sanskrit, go means indriyas. Govad means to control your indriyas. And in Hindi, govad they have taken it is like the slaughter of cow. I know too.
Quite good. Go is a word from gam dhatu, which means to take away. The word go in English has also come from the go in Sanskrit. So that's why the gum is there in go. It is gum is there in Ganga. Ga is there in Gayatri, Ga is Gayata. So entire manifestation of emancipation
now you must let other people
from
speak.
every aspect.
Bukhari sir, my question to Vivek Kumar, then I want to go back to the chefs.
Today we are not
Sudhanshu ji.
studied a single religious aspect
ठीक
and
है.
we have given commentator or religion.
बुखारी साहब मेरा सवाल थोड़ा अलग है क्योंकि बहुत लोग पूछते हैं is there an onus on Hinduism to be more liberal, more accommodating than on other faiths? इसलिए पूछ रही हूँ because that young man can say to Sudhanshu Trivedi, I don't cease to be a Hindu because I eat beef. But probably if a young Muslim boy said the same thing to you, you would not accept it. So we must also call out the doubles.
Like what?
कि मैं pork खाती हूँ लेकिन मैं मुसलमान हूँ. अगर आपको ये कोई बोले.
As far as the pork,
because Hindus will say हमारे ऊपर onus क्यों है to be more liberal?
As far as the pork is concerned, it is totally haram in the Islam religion. तो उसको तो यहाँ उससे जोड़ने की कोई तुक ही नहीं बनती है. काऊ का जहां तक सवाल है, गाय का जहां तक सवाल है, देखिए वो एक होली एनिमल, एक रिलीजन के लिए हम उसका भी रिगार्ड करते हैं, हम उसकी रिस्पेक्ट करते हैं, उसका रिगार्ड करते हैं.
ये मल्टीकल्चरलिज्म कैसे चलेगा? मल्टीकल्चरलिज्म की सारी रिस्पांसिबिलिटी हिंदूज पर है और आप पर नहीं है.
मैं तो ये बात नहीं कह रहा हूँ.
सारी रिस्पांसिबिलिटी हम लेकर चले.
आप मेरी बात ही नहीं समझ रहे हैं. मैं तो ये बात कह रहा हूँ कि आई रिस्पेक्ट
और मुझे आपत्ति ये है.
Listen, I never said that I don't respect that.
This is a moral democratic country.
Okay, you're all shouting. You're all shouting. You're all shouting.
I didn't say that.
Bukhari Saab.
I am respecting it. I do respect it.
Ambedkar was against the ban of
Rakesh ji, Bukhari Saab, please, my voice will go shouting at you all.
नहीं, आप तो सारी जिम्मेदारी हिंदुओं पर दे रहे हैं.
नहीं, मैं गवर्नमेंट पर दे रहा हूँ, हिंदू पर नहीं दे रहा हूँ.
आप गवर्नमेंट पर दे रहा हूँ.
1 minute. अब मैंने एक मिनट मैं यहाँ बीच में खड़ी हो गई हूँ क्योंकि आप लोग सुन नहीं रहे मेरी बात. Now it was a question. आपने भी अपना रिबटल दिया that the onus is not, multiculturalism cannot be the responsibility of Hindus alone. But I must say to you, Rakesh ji, that Bukhari Sahab was among the first people to say, I actually think we respect the sentiments. बहुत से Muslim groups ने welcome किया है. Now, can we please move on? I want to come back to the chefs this side, but Vivek Kumar, I'll allow you a quick intervention. Boli.
I was just saying that there are 25 million diaspora, Indian diaspora.
Yes.
And majority of them are Hindus. Yeah. I do not know how are they going to ban beef there. And there, Hindu sentiments do not get disturbed or they don't get hurt. So I think the onus is also on BJP to like abroad. There are 25 million.
No, अब तो you're being facetious now. वो अपने देश की बात करें ना, बाहर क्या करें?
That is one question. I just wanted to add to what Khushbu was saying of dietary practices. Now, there are people who have grown out of, they were forced into that eating habit. And now their dietary practices overnight are being suppressed. This is violence or not? I'm talking about, Valmikis, the people who were actually involved in taking a carrion and they were involved in eating. They were only getting that many food.
Okay, now I want to move on. I want
to suggest one thing to
Sudhanshu ji, please, बाकियों को तो इस साइड हम आ ही नहीं पा रहे. अब आप लोग एक मिनट रुक जाए. अच्छा विवेक.
I just
1 minute. I want to pick up what you have said. मैं आप ही का सवाल पूछ रही हूँ मनीष और शिवांजलि से और जरीन से. And here we have an animal rights activist also. So Sudhanshu Trivedi makes one interesting point, Manish and Shivanjali, that some ideas are ahead of their time. What was considered gobbledygook once is today accepted by the world. Yoga was looked on as skepticism, today embraced by everybody from California to Coimbatore. Ayurveda today, you have people come. So I think he's making a larger point that isn't it healthier, isn't it wiser? In any case, there are question marks about red meat. So looked at from that perspective, what do you think about that?
That's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine. Educate people. Yeah. But don't force me to do yoga every day in the morning for 1 hour.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. So educate me. Educate me. Educate people. Don't eat red meat. Don't eat red meat. Not only beef, even lamb or mutton. It's not good for your health.
But you must find that there's a large move. I have a number of friends who are now vegan. They don't eat dairy at all. So there are question marks.
Absolutely. And like, sorry, the dairy, China, such a big country, more people than us, they don't have dairy. Milk is not that popular in China.
Yeah, Shivanjali, you want to add to that? Yeah.
I would just say that ban everything. Why have red meat? Why have white meat? Why just not even have fish for that matter? You don't need yoga then. It's just that everyone has a right to their own, like choose
choice.
what.
Zareen, you said, but cow meat is in any case not allowed in most of India. Do you agree with that at least?
Well, I have mixed feelings about that, because in the immediate post-independence period, there was a lot of insecurity for the for Muslims in post-partition India, and banning cow slaughter in some form or the other was something that they were ready to accept, considering the political sensitivity
sentiments
of that time.
Okay.
However,
Yeah.
what I'd like to say, and I've been trying to make this point, is that a beef ban or a ban on bullock clearly is not totally about religion, because bull and ox and all the other bovines
Are not
do.
considered holy.
And more importantly, this affects the livelihood chances across the board, because if you see the commodity chain and it goes, the byproducts of the
I will ask Sudhanshu Trivedi to answer your question, that if these are animals that are not considered holy, like in 1 minute, from an animal rights perspective, you're of course with PETA, and we've seen your group actually saying this is a forward-thinking ban. Now, how do you see this?
Let's not forget the fact that we are talking about animals who are sentient and thoughtful beings who has a right to live just like you and I. While PETA agrees with a ban on beef, we want to also say that it has little practical effect, for the fact that when you say beef, now you're talking about only cow meat, but beef also, which is being largest exporter of beef next to...
And we're the second largest exporter of beef in the world.
About beef, it also involves buffalo meat.
Of Kara beef.
And majority of the beef export is buffalo. And for a common man, when you see, he cannot discriminate between the beef which is served is coming from a cow or a buffalo, because it involves an expensive DNA test to understand it.
What the difference is. But why do you welcome the ban?
We welcome the ban because legislation ultimately saves animals. But we want to look at the bigger picture. But even today, many people pointed this out, the existing legislation of how animals are transported, the way they are crammed into larger vehicles, the way the bones are broken when they are transported, the way they are dehydrated, and the way they're illegally slaughtered. India has 30,000 illegal slaughterhouses. When we don't have a legalized slaughterhouse, where are the laws being applied?
But do you think the dairy industry is as cruel?
That's the next point I want to come. Beef is not a main product, but a byproduct of dairy industry. We don't raise animals for beef. All the beef which we are exporting, all the leather we are exporting is actually a byproduct of dairy industry. So on one hand, even if you look at the recent budget, they are promoting leather products by giving them subsidies, by giving them tax exemptions. So if you are promoting under Make in India, industries which are dependent on dairy industry and leather industry, and just discriminating on one beef, it's not...
Okay, so Sudhanshu Trivedi, quick response, and I have to go into a break. The question is this, the buffalo is not holy. So why include the buffalo? Cow meat to pehle se hi banned tha.
So much heated discussion has taken place. I would like to give a pleasant note how the composite culture of India was. When Muslims were respecting the Hindu sentiment, I would like to quote, there was a great Muslim poet, Sayyid Ibrahim Raskhan, and he has said, if I am born again as an animal, then I should be born as cow around which Lord Krishna uses to travel and roam around. मानुस हो तो वही रसखान बसों ब्रज गोकुल गांव के ग्वारन जो पशु हो तो बनू बस गाय चरो नित नंद की धेनु मजारन. Unfortunately, till 1952 it was there. Cow slaughter ban was supported by all religions, but somehow because of the political reasons, after 60s the situation has deteriorated and we have made it an unnecessary political issue.
But we still haven't come to, you asked him about why the cow slaughter ban is already there. Why include the buffalo? We haven't got an answer for that.
Why extend it? And why ये BJP का manifesto in Haryana की ये murder जैसे अभी ये तो
it is a milch and drought animals, both are included because the progeny of cows, every progeny of cows have been included. It is not the question of, it is scientifically now proved that beef is dangerous for the climate. It is dangerous for the climate change.
No,
Yes, beef is.
We are not growing corn
It
to
has
feed
been
the
scientifically
buffalo.
proved. It has been scientifically proved. The greenhouse gas is 5 times more greenhouse gas. It emissions.
Okay, I have to take a break.
This is not the question.
Bukhari sahab, 1 minute. Rakesh ji, 1 minute. I have Snehlata Saikia here. You're from Assam, I'm guessing, and you're a food blogger. What do you make of this entire debate? Now, Assam, as I remember, is one of the states where there is qualified permission for beef when you get fit for slaughter certificates.
Yeah, there is no restriction even for Hindus also. It is freely available. It's
in
up
Assam?
to you, in Assam, in entire Northeast. It is not forcefully, imposed the law.
Do you eat beef?
I have tasted. It is not my staple diet. my son eats, and I have no problem in that. And I have no issue. What am I asking? That, you know, in Maharashtra, the ban is on slaughtering. But Maharashtra government is saying that, you know, you can bring meat from outside, from Goa. Then why are you imposing the ban, like imprisonment and fine? That means you're okay with eating beef.
But do you believe that there is any measure of religious sentiments that need to be respected?
See, it is up to you. It is up to you, you know, whether if you want to, if you have religious sentiments and all, it is up to you. One should not impose on it. I mean, if a Hindu wants to eat, let it be. Let him eat. Let him eat. But what about the other communities? What about Muslims? We have Muslims, we have Christians. Even in Buddha also, even Buddhism, there was nothing like that. There was no restriction about beef.
Oh, who said you?
I have said
where did you read?
But now there's a restriction on killing animals.
You are giving a wrong perception.
There is a restriction on killing animals. There's a restriction.
It was Buddhism who is campaigned against the cow slaughter.
There is a restriction on cruelty, but not for your need.
Factual. In Buddhism, you're not allowed to slaughter animals. But it's not one animal specific. As far as I understand Buddhism, it is not specific to one animal. It is generally about cruelty. Now, one of the questions that arises here is, in a country as diverse as India, some religions permit some consumption of meat, some societies, some castes, there is no homogeneity. So is a beef ban imposing a majoritarianism perspective, and is that right or wrong? Final comments coming up after the break. We have only 5 minutes left, so please don't fight. Coming back for last comments from our panel after the break. On We the People today, a volatile debate on the beef ban that's been brought in. Maharashtra and Haryana will be next. Is this an infringement of individual liberty, or is this a respect for cultural and religious sentiments of the majority of Indians? Before we get final comments, some questions from the audience.
I'm from Manipur and I came from a village, and I would like to ask you some questions. My parents have been looking after some cattle like goats and poultry. We use the dungs of even a hen and even the dung of a goat. So do we have to ban them also?
It's about diversity. सवाल जो विवेक कुमार ने भी उठाया कि नॉर्थ ईस्ट स्टेट्स में एक्चुअली देर काउ मीट पे भी कोई बैन नहीं.
In the beginning I said that it is the Hindu culture where there is no food fascism. Because we are banning cow slaughter, it is scientifically now proved that slaughtering cow is dangerous for the climate.
But is that the reason we are banning?
Previously it was a culture. Cow is not a religious symbol. It is a cultural symbol of India, which belongs to Hindus, Muslim, Christian, every community. Don't make a discourse between Hindus, Muslim, Christian as far as cow is concerned.
Yeah, well, you imposed a ban and there was not an unreasonable backlash in Kerala, which only hindered your cause. So what about this? Where does did your logic not predict this? Are you going to clamp down on all of us now?
No, it takes time for people to understand logic. As she has said, cow dung एकमात्र ऐसा और है जो कि इन्होंने कहा ना कि from different animals,
bans counterproductive,
which is
अगर आपका cause भी है तो bans don't help.
Because now it is found it is having very strong antibiotic and germicides.
Is the driving force of this ban cultural? Is it?
No, both.
Is it health? Is it climate change?
It is scientific, governed by our religious thinking, which you considered as a cultural. One thing I would like to say: Indonesia is the biggest country in the world. The symbol of Indonesia is Garud. When they consider themselves Garud, which is the Vahan of Bhagwan Vishnu, despite being a Muslim country, because they consider it as a cultural symbol, why not cow in India?
Yes. I am a Christian and I don't find the cow to be a religious symbol of my religion, as Christianity never mentions of cow as a religious symbol. Cattle is not the most endangered animal right now. From where I come, Kerala, Brahmins eat meat. They eat meat at every occasion. They eat meat with Muslims.
Let's start taking last comments. We'll start with you. 30 seconds. Everybody has 30 seconds. No more. Rakesh ji, I'll start with you.
I think it is a cultural symbol. So that's why we should respect this sentiment. Secondly, it has been now proved by the scientific innovations and scientific research that beef eating is dangerous. And
so you're making both arguments. Khushbu, last 30 seconds.
I just look at it as a very, very religious sentiment to it. Scientifically, and everything else comes next. It's every time both of them have been, pressing it on, saying that it's a culture, it's the religious sentiment, inverted commas. I would like to tell Mr. Trivedi, saying that when he spoke about Ganga, that उसमें 2% ऑक्सीजन है इसलिए कीड़े नहीं पड़ते हैं, लेकिन उसमें हजारों करोड़ आप गंगा क्लीन करने में लगा रहे हैं, तो ऐसे ही पानी निकाल के पी लीजिए ना.
Okay.
दूसरी बात, I would like to say, I would like to tell you,
illogical है when you keep on putting something in there.
I
have 30 seconds. You have 30 seconds.
I have 4 dogs at home, but I eat meat, and you know, like chicken and goat and everything. Does that make me less animal lover?
Okay. We're reopening the debate now. No, I have time only for last comments. One question here.
I'm a vegetarian, but we have seen in Nepal those practices of Hinduism. You know, they have mass slaughtered the cattle in the name of religion. How would you respond, sir?
Banning of cow is a cultural issue backed by strong rational scientific logic, which has been unnecessarily made a political issue.
You support the ban?
We don't live in a utopia. We live in India, which is a Hindu majority nation. So don't you think that the religious sentiment of the majority should be taken into account in any decision?
Okay, Bukhari Sahib, your last 30 seconds.
Let's not argue, let's not fight on such issues. Each and every Indian should respect each and every religious sentiments. That's all I would like.
Okay, Zareen.
Well, my point is that if you ban this slaughter of bovines altogether, how do you guarantee employment for the millions of people who depend on it? If you actually do that, you actually, in a country where we have pressing issues like poverty, unemployment, gender issues, why do we go back to something so inane?
Okay, really last 2 questions, very quickly.
या सवाल ये है कि महाराष्ट्र के अंदर में किसान जो है वो अपना परेशानी में उलझा हुआ है, वहाँ फसल की प्रॉब्लम आ रही है, आपने इसको बैन करके उनको और परेशानी में डाल दिया.
Okay, last question.
Why not? I am a Jain, and why not to promote Lord Mahavir's statement, Ahimsa Parmo Dharma?
Okay, Vivek Kumar, 30 seconds.
Political is basically, it is subversive because you have a very flimsy background of sentiments, and sentiments can be carried to another level, and I'm thinking that rat eating will also be banned because it is vehicle of Ganesha. So there is this question of where your sentiments will stop. Nobody knows.
Okay.
At the existential level, it is actually banning and draconian to ban of a dietary practice.
विवेक कुमार जो कह रहे हैं उसको एक हिंदी में एक शब्द है कुतर्क.
आप कहें तो तर्क, और मैं कहूं तो कुतर्क.
नहीं, ये कुतर्क.
हाँ भाई वाह.
Okay. Shivanjali, last thoughts.
I feel if you want to ban something, then the government first should start taking care of the cows that are on the street eating plastic. I don't agree with PETA saying that cow is not the only, it's not in danger as of now. You have lions, tigers, everything.
No, it's about cruelty.
It's about cruelty. Then don't, you have people having dogs at home, they inflict cruelty as well. So,
Manish.
So,
I have to end.
First
Manish.
thing, there are many other things which are polluting environment than just a cow slaughter. On health reason, we should educate people that it is not healthy or
okay, we'll have to.
And the last thing is cultural. I would say banning beef is like telling a girl don't wear jeans. It hurts.
No. This is highly illogical thing.
Sudhanshu Trivedi, I will allow you a very brief rebuttal there.
No, it is quite illogical to say that banning beef is equivalent to
absolutely. Why it's hurting my religious sentiment?
I don't agree to this type of logic.
Sentiment you carry.
Okay, we leave it here. Every country in the world struggles to find a balance between the right to individual liberty and religious and cultural sentiments, and that debate goes on here. But I will say that bans have mostly, whether it's with movies, alcohol or meat, proved to be inefficient. So therefore, is banning the answer, or is there a larger public debate to create more awareness, more sense of cultural history and inheritance and our own sort of civilizational reference points that Sudhanshu Trivedi often brings up? I think we leave you with that question to decide for yourself, because that's how it should be in a democracy. Thank you very much.
Thank you.